Spider, you brought up a name and like, considering ourselves like basketball historians,
right?
Is Len Bias. And I know you got to play against him a lot in college. For people out there that don't realize how dope Len Bias is, what was it like being on the court with this guy? Big, strong, could jump.
Yeah. So I have there's a podcast right now, which one of the I think is Curious Life of I forgot the total name of the Len Bias stories, but you can hear it, and it's kind of narrated. I did part of the narration, and then we go into the story. But Len Bias was there's a picture of him and Michael Jordan at 5-star basketball camp, and you see how skinny Michael is and how tall Lenny is. Like, because Michael, and Lenny is 6'9" and played like Michael. And I know it sounds crazy, but even everybody would tell you played like Michael, meaning every time he got the ball, you knew he was going to score. And he was the beast. He was literally going to save the Celtics. So when he got drafted there, I was jealous and mad. I wasn't jealous. I was, mad that I had to still sit there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I didn't have a good visit at any of these other schools, any other teams. What's going to happen? But thinking about it, it would have been a great. I don't know where he would have played though. I know it sounds crazy because Larry would have had to give up minutes, and Mikal wouldn't have. Mikal was already going back and forth between he and Cornbread on minutes.
Well, Lenny probably would have started off coming off the bench, right?
Yeah, but for who? Because it was
Robert Parrish, right?
No,
he wasn't a center.
No
way.
He was 6'9".
He was a small forward.
And this is the crazy thing. The Celtics, they play 7 people. That's it.
But I've also heard Larry Bird say that he was happy because he knew getting Len Bias was going to extend his career.
Yeah, because he would have given up minutes.
Bill Walton wouldn't have been a 6th man then, right?
But Bill Walton didn't play a lot that series. He didn't. Matter of fact, Larry was upset with him. What did Larry say? If they mailed him his check, he wouldn't get it because he was too lazy to get up and go get the check. Yeah.
I find Len just to be one of my all-time what-ifs in sports.
He changed all of sports. Len Bias changed all of sports as we know it. He changed the world, America as we know it. And why that happened is when Len Bias dies in 1986 from a supposedly cocaine overdose. First time ever snorting cocaine, kids, and it was 100% pure, and his heart turned to shreds. So stay away from drugs. Yeah. Period.
I mean, I know this is going to sound after school specialist to you, but like I was, I think 12 when he died, and to this day, I mean, obviously you shouldn't do cocaine anyway, but that was living in Hollywood for 20 years, finding myself in different situations. That was something that was never, ever, ever on the table for me because I always looked at Len Bias when I was a kid as Superman, and if that could kill Superman, then I don't ever want to have anything to do with that. So,
you remember what I said? So certain things in my brain. So how I work is I laugh, and it stopped me from crying. And
it's a defense mechanism. We've spoken about that.
So you remember in Hollywood Shuffle, he said, "Don't ever talk about drugs
unless you have some." Don't say coke around the man.
Don't say coke around the man.
Don't say freebase neither unless you got some. Or no, don't say drugs around the man. Don't say coke or freebase neither unless you got some.
So just to think about that with Lenny and why I said he changed the world. Tipper Gore jumped on top of it. The war on drugs took off.
Oh yeah,
and they had now. Look what happened.
Yeah.
And so he changed the hip hop world.
Because the parental advisory stickers came not long after that.
He changed everything in his death. And while we were doing this podcast, I realized I didn't even read the book yet because I was a contributor to it. But all these different reporters who talked about Lenny and how he got to the point. And I knew. We sat outside my best Len Bias story. And for those who don't know, Len Bias played for the University of Maryland All-American, the number 2 pick in the 1986 draft. I just made it easier for you guys to have Google.
May have been 1, except the Sixers already had Barkley, I think, so that's why they did. And plus, they traded the pick.
They traded the pick, and they got Brad Daugherty. Brad Daugherty went number 1 to
Cleveland.
But
Sixers had the pick. They traded for Roy Hinson.
Yeah,
Cleveland gets
high
Brad
jumping
Daugherty.
Roy Hinson.
Yeah,
don't hate on Roy.
I can. It's a long. I did this last week, John. A long list of horrible front office decisions by the Sixers.
I don't know if they, because Roy Hinson was really good guy, good jumper. If you look at something, it's when you look at players. I'm telling you, you can look at a lot of players and you can look at them on paper. I heard this yesterday. As I was watching TikTok, there's a lot of guys with a lot of talent that been outplayed by guys with less talent and more desire. So on paper you can look and see what that is, but there's some dogs out there. Smart is a dog. When if you were to look and say, "Oh, I'm going to put this," I watch him play and I go, how tall is he? 6'5" or something like that?
Not even 6'4", probably.
Yeah. 6'4", 6'3".
A dog. He is a dog, and everybody that plays against him knows it too. They're like, he's no joke. But is he going to get all the light that a Steph or a Clay would get? No. But if you talk to people who play, keep him on the squad and think about trading other people. That's how important that is. But I did this with Len Bias, and I want everybody to I don't even know where to tell you to go listen to it, but check out the story. The guy changed my life. I've never done cocaine. I never done cocaine, never wondered what it was like to do cocaine. I'm still not interested in what it's like. He changed my life and everybody else's. So that's a good thing about Len Bias.
So if there's 2 people on the planet that he kept, you and I, from ever doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
That was definitely my reason.
There we go.